The following set of videos are going to go through how to draw specific additional documents that either need to be corrected or updated based on the application or new information or mistakes that were made on the initial doc set or application, as well as documents that maybe don't automatically draw certain specific VA documents or maybe credit report disclosure documents, depending on if borrowers were added or if it's a VA loan or certain situations like that. This actual video is going to take us through how to make a correction to a 4506T, specifically if there was an address wrong or a name that was misspelled and it's getting a rejection for a 4506T and you need to make that type of an update. This video will show you how to actually go about making that correction, printing out that new form so that you can submit it and get your audit back on the 4506T. So first thing that you would want to do is just ensure there really shouldn't be, at this point, if you go to the 2010 good faith estimate, this is not a changed circumstance, so typically that is not going to be a box that's checked. You're just going to actually draw this form from scratch and just exclude it from the timeline because it's not needed from a redisclosure standpoint. So what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down this list of forms and you're actually going to go to that request for transcript of tax returns. I use the classic version, so if you click classic, it pulls up essentially the information that does show up on the 4506T, customer's name, last name, co-borrowers, if any, things like that. So let's just say this address is incorrect. Let's just say they've only lived in that house for a short period of time. In one of the years, they filed a different one. So let's just say you need to update a previous address. So let's just say they lived at 321 East Street, and that was in Columbus, Ohio as well. I've now updated that, which means that there's new information. I need to print out this new form. In order to do that, all I'm going to do is just go to my E folder. I'm going to request new e-disclosures. I'm going to select the generic all fixed rate conventional loans because that's the type of loan program that I have. It's conventional first. If it was FHA or VA, I would select the FHA or the VA fixed rate option. But since it's conventional, I'm just going to select conventional and hit order disclosures. It is going to ask me that this borrower payer has already received all of the available disclosures. Would I like to resend them again? I'm just going to say yes. I'm just going to say yes, let's resend all of them, and then at that point I'm just going to uncheck and unselect all the disclosures that are not needed in this document set. So it's going to essentially prepare all the disclosures as if it was a brand new set of disclosures, and I can just eliminate any of the ones that I don't need and exclude then in the end this from the timeline. So it now prepares this entire document set. So if you look, all of the documents here are listed, okay? Every single document. Now, I don't need all of these. So I'm going to check this top box. That deselects every single one in that list. The only one I need is the 4506T, okay? So that's what we're going to look for. We're just going to go look for the 4506T. If you go down here, IRS 4506T, I'm going to preview that. Once I preview the form, you'll see on there it's been updated. 123 Main Street as the current address, and then it lists my previous address as the 321 East Street in Columbus, Ohio. So that's updated, and it's the only form that's selected. I deselected the rest of them, so that's the only form in the list. And then I can just go ahead, print selected documents, and either print it to a PDF or actually just print out the form to send to the borrower. You know, whichever one that I would want to do, I'll just print this to a PDF. The one thing that you do want to realize when you do it this way is the documents might not automatically auto-assign in the E folder anymore. I might be required, once I do get this document back, to actually go ahead and manually input it into the 4506T folder here in the E folder. So right here, it might not automatically auto-assign anymore into this folder, so I would need to then just go ahead and drag and drop from the file manager once I do have it signed. So if you look now, you'll see on here just this one form was printed out. Now, all I need to do is exclude that form from the timeline. It doesn't need to be included in the timeline anymore. And then I just want to put a comment for why I printed this out. So I would just put a comment in this section stating, printed new 4506T due to adding prior address for audit. Something to that effect, and hit close. Now I still have my first set of disclosures. I've got my redisclosures, and now I've got that one individual form that I printed out that now has that updated address. If you have any questions about how you would handle this for a 4506T, please let myself know, Brandon Lee or Brian Zemer, and we'll be able to answer any questions that you might have. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of the afternoon, and look forward to helping you on more videos.